All right, welcome back, folks. If you had to jump on our new stream that's not dropped, we apologize. As we're bouncing between internet sources. One works for a few minutes, then stops working. We'll use a different one. It stops working. So fingers crossed this one works for the rest of the second half for you, and we won't have any other issues. But thanks for joining us for our Ackles halftime show as your Hornets lead this one 26-6. And honestly, I'm a little concerned about internet in general because right now I can't even get YouTube to load the Robinson game. So not sure what's happening right now. But I am. You know what? I'm going to start by we'll take a look at our stats from our first half. Thanks to the great Jim Ashley. I want to say thanks to my buddy Jim Ashley as he's got our stats here for us. Jaden Worsham leading the way rushing-wise. 7 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Andrew Bjork, 6 carries, a net of 16 yards, no touchdowns. That's the leading rushers for the Hornets. Passing-wise, Andrew Bjork, 10 out of 16, 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. A very good first half for Bjork. And Elijah Newell was also 1 for 1 for 0 yards passing in that first half. Thank you, Kayla Robinson, up 17-8 over Forest City. Has it updated on your end too? Yeah. So 17-8. Okay. I don't know why, but I don't hear him very well. Oh, he's muted. Okay. That might be why. Okay, that fixes it. Receiving-wise, Alan Timmons, 4 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Barham, 4 catches, 52 yards. Elijah Newell, 1 catch for 35 yards and a touchdown. And Frost had a catch for 4 yards. On the Batesville side, rushing-wise, Townsley, 2 carries for 17 net yards. Damian Nelson's had 9 carries for 27 yards, but he had 16 in losses, so a net of 11 total yards for Damian Nelson. Jacob Paulette, 1 carry for 2 yards, and that basically rounds out the rushing stats for Batesville. Passing-wise, Riley Gregg, 1 out of 8 for a net of 0 yards and 2 interceptions in that first half. Ooh. And, the scary part about that is he had some guys open a few times. Things kind of went downhill as we got to the second quarter. But, he had some guys open there early.
Yeah, a couple of drops that cost him some yardage. But, Bjork had a couple of drops that cost him a touchdown, too. So he could have 3 on the stat line.
So another update for you across our PCSSD Sports Network. Mills and Rivercrest tied at 28. Is that game getting close to halftime? So, again, that was a game that was a good game last year. In the second half, Mills kind of was able to pull away. But Rivercrest's got a good squad this year. That's a sneaky good game. And so, as advertised so far in that one, trying to get to our Fearless Friday scoreboard over here is apparently maybe I forgot to pay my phone bill. I don't know. Nothing's working for me right now.
That all makes sense now. He didn't pay the bill. That's why nothing will work.
Sorry, y'all. No, the Fearless Friday, I'm not getting a scoreboard, so thank you. I don't know what is happening.
I paid my bill.
Now. Thanks, I appreciate it. So I don't care about that game. Bryant leads Missouri Christian Brothers 38-21. Cabot over Bentonville West 14-3. Greenwood over Northside 42-0. Pine Bluff leads Central 33-7. And I saw on Twitter, or X as it's now called, that Courtney Crutchfield, best athlete in the state, had a 92-yard rushing touchdown in that one. 39-7, Pine Bluff leads. Fayetteville leads North Little Rock at the half, 30-20. Conway over Bentonville, 21-10. Jumping down here into some 5A action in what used to finish the season off in a big-time rivalry game between Vilonia and Greenbrier in the second. Greenbrier leads that one 21-6. Another good one going on out in West Little Rock, right down the street from Robinson High School, but out at Little Rock Christian. Shiloh Christian leads the Warriors 21-16 at the half. I know that's the 103.7 The Buzz game of the week. My buddy Kyle Sutherland out on that call, so hopefully they're having a good time with that one. Mountain Home leads Harrison 30-14. PA trails Madison Ridgeland, Mississippi in the second quarter 21-10. Newport trails BB 35-8. That one's at the half. Warren and Whitehall all tied at the half at 13 apiece. And looking across any other specifically interesting 5A scores, Lakeside leads Russellville. That one's 24-12. And you can head over to the Fearless Friday scoreboard to get your scores. As let's see, that one's showing 30-28. Maybe Mills got a 2-point conversion. I'm going to jump over to YouTube and see if my non-paid bill will work.
Yeah, while Steve's looking for that, if you're watching on the field right now, Maumelle's working on their sky kicks to about the 30. We figured going in they'd kind of make that adjustment, so they got the kicker out there working on those sky kicks. Don't want to kick it deep anymore. Had a couple of scary ones there.
Yeah, so Mills, again, leads 30-28 with just 30 seconds left in the first half. And I got to tell you, you can pretty well count on a Mills game to go till pretty late. And unfortunately, I feel really bad because that was our longest trip of the night. So I'm going to be up quite late tonight, a big reason why I will not be at the Razorback game that got moved to noon tomorrow, because I'm going to have to wait and make sure all of our crews make their way home safe and sound tonight. And we'll be waiting on our folks from Mills probably pretty late into the evening.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm glad you got to do that because I got a date with Shiloh going to that game tomorrow.
You guys enjoy. PCSSD going to be well represented in that game. Obviously, Zach Williams from Robinson High School. He'll be playing in that one. But we're really excited as Maumelle Hornets, our guy, Andrew Big Baby Chambly, getting the start at left tackle.
Big time.
And, yeah, that's huge. Really excited for Big Baby to have his opportunity. But you know what else is cool? I don't know how often you listen to the Buzz. Most of us listen to it pretty regularly. Yep. But, in the day and age of NIL, these guys get opportunities. And Big Baby is the Tuesday representative for the University of Arkansas with Randy Rainwater and Drive Time Sports every Tuesday, and really excited. And I remember when he was on and was interviewed by Randy and the guys over the summer, and it was an incredible interview. He just does. He's such a well-spoken, great young man. It's funny because every time I've ever had a conversation with Big Baby, it's usually one-word responses. And, now you get him on a mic, and he'll talk. He'll get to go. And we learned that last year during our homecoming game when we brought him and Nico in on our broadcast, and we're hopefully going to be able to do that again this year. But, I told him afterwards because they just raved about how great of an interview he was. And I messaged Big Baby. I said, you're getting a lot of love for your interview skills. I'd like to think that we had a little something to do with that with all those post-game football or basketball interviews we had with him during basketball season, our first year doing Maumelle basketball. So we're excited for Big Baby to have that opportunity. And that's just another, Tyler, that's been a side piece of something that I picked up. I remember talking to Jason Lanier. He's the father of Jacob Lanier, very highly recruited, who, by the way, congratulations to being moved up to the number 5 ranked point guard, or number 5 ranked shooting guard in the class of 2026. So ESPN ranking him there. This isn't some
it's not us.
Yeah, and it's not some no-name outfit. ESPN just released their updated rankings, and he's the number 5 rated guard in the entire country, not the state of Arkansas. Number 1 in the state of Arkansas. So, but I remember Jason coming to me, and he said the first thing he said to me after we interviewed Jacob after a game was, he said, you don't know how much that helps these kids, because these are kids that all want to do something more at the next level. And especially in the day and age of NIL, you've got to be able to communicate. You've got to be able to talk. They're going to want to have you on their broadcast representing what they're doing. And so that's something that I never even thought of from this perspective of what we're doing, but it's a really cool kind of side effect of what we've been able to do for these young men here as we've been graciously we've been very fortunate, I guess is the word I should say, to be involved in a lot of these young men's lives here throughout the last couple of years with this journey.
Yeah, to be able to get that start in high school, it is enormous for those kids. They get nervous a lot of times, especially whenever they know that a lot of people are going to be listening to them. So be able to do it in high school whenever they're in that comfortable setting. A lot more comfortable in high school than they are in college whenever they're in that first year. And then another thing about Andrew is Danny West comes on the Buzz all the time, and he was talking about Andrew getting the start this week, and he said the coaching staff at Arkansas talks so highly about Andrew and his work ethic and how good of a teammate and a player he is, and somebody that it's the type of kid that you love to have on your team. So just, big props there for Andrew and for those that, those that raised him and everything. Just big things going on in the Chambly household.
So we're about to get our second half underway, and say thank you for joining us for our Akel's halftime show. You guys be sure and go see our friends over at Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home, 3 convenient Little Rock locations. Call 501-214-0635 or visit them online.